Thanks, Cherie. What's going on, everybody? And welcome back to Prime Time. We got another great episode for you. We're going to get into the football team's wild comeback finish against Furman and much more. So let's jump right into it with our Panther recap. The Ladies Panthers volleyball team had another busy week as they planned for matches in Eagle Challenge this past weekend. The Panthers won the first match of their doubleheader Friday, led by senior Sydney Stroud. The ladies won their first match against Providence 3-1. Their next match was against the host Morehead State. The Panthers fell to 3-0 to end their doubleheader. The final game of the Eagles Challenge was held Saturday, where the Lady Panthers fell to Presbyterian 3-0 after this weekend's play, so the Panthers' record falls 3-3. Both the men and women's soccer team were in action this week. The men pulled out a 2-2 draw against UNC Asheville. The Panthers were down 2-0 before storming back to force the tie. The men's team also took on North Florida Ospreys, who they shut out 2-0 to remain undefeated on the season with a 3-0-1 record, which is the best four-game start under head coach Brett Surrency. Their next match will be against Gardner-Webb on Tuesday. Showing some love to the women's soccer team, they handed Chattanooga their first loss of the year as they pulled out a 2-1 win. The men weren't the only team to play a stalemate this week in their second match of the week. The women's soccer team tied the UAB Blazers 0-0, which was redshirt sophomore Kendra Clark's second shutout of the season. She also had a career-high 6 saves. The Panthers will take on Mercer next week in Macon, Georgia. Women's cross country will participate in the Middle Georgia State Invitational Saturday morning at 9:30 a.m. Keep an eye out for Panthers' Lodi Mayberg, who finished 4th place in their opening invitational. They said a dub is a dub, but the Panthers look rather shaky coming off their upset at Rocky Top. Let's head to the primetime film room to see exactly what happened. The first play that we're going to discuss comes during the first half. The Panthers were in a bend, don't break mode throughout the game, but the first half they were pretty close to breaking. We start this play with a motion to the right. This alerts the quarterback that Panthers are playing zone. The Georgia State is currently set up in a zone 3 coverage, which means that each of these players are responsible for a third of the field. This player covers here, this player covers here, and this player covers here. As the play starts, we see action pitch to the right. We see the offensive lineman shifting to the right as well. This is called a fake screen. A screen is a play in which the offensive line chip blocks the defense and sprints to the right. This is done to create a sort of a moving wall that is meant to surprise the defense. The eyes of the defense, they are about to have a free shot on the QB. However, this is a fake screen. The offense is acting like they are about to throw a screen to make the defense run to the right and avoid the QB. This opens up the receiver in a flat, allowing for a big gain. The next play comes in the first drive by Furman. This is a pass play, but you might not realize it by looking at the formation. This is because 2 of the players are going to come off the line and run as a receiver. It is the job of these linebackers to cover these 2 tight ends. The coverage here is man-to-man, meaning that you are on an island when it comes to coverage. Watch as the tight end gets off the ball and strikes toward the end zone. Here you can see the defensive line get to the quarterback, but he steps up in the pocket and delivers a dime right over the linebacker's head, and Furman is in the lead. The Panthers would come back to win the game in a nail-biter and a bit of a head-scratcher. How does a team that goes from beating a SEC team on their field to giving up nearly a 50 bomb against a FCS opponent? Here is what head coach Sean Elliott had to say.
We were leaving guys uncovered. I mean, they were running free. I mean, they had a great scheme in their play action, and our eyes weren't in the right spot. We weren't aligned correctly. There was missed assignments in the back end, and that stuff's uncalled for. I mean, really uncalled for. I mean, we gotta have better discipline in the meeting room and be able to take it out on the field, because we certainly didn't have the discipline in the meeting room to take it out on the field this week.
That's all we have here at Primetime, but be sure to keep an eye out on our social media at GSUPRN for more updates as well as for the Panthers preview. Back to you, Cherie.